Our national anthem here this afternoon. 8 minutes is up on the clock as the teams meet up at half court to shake hands. Coach Skarzynski and Mike Chamness shaking hands as well, just in front of the scores table before Roger Key gets ready for our PA announcements and our starting lineups. Getting ready here in just a second. Have the starting lineup first for the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats. As was unable to get down the scores table, they do not have a number 35 in their in the program, but obviously they do have on their roster. I'll have to get the name here in just a second. Leading off for the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats will be a 5'9" senior. He's a guard wearing number 1, Evan Hall. Number 3, he stands at 5'11". He's a junior, also a guard, Taj Hodge. Number 12, he's a 5'10" senior, also a guard. It feels like we've been calling his name for 6 years, Dylan Harville. Number 21 is a 6'4" junior. He's a forward, Dalen Butler. Anna Jonesboro in gray with blue letters and a white trim. It's easy to see on the back, but looking on the front, it is a little difficult to make out. Interesting colors from Anna Jonesboro, as they previously only had the white and yellow. The white and blue. And number 35 still has not been relieved, as there is number 12. And I believe there's been a change in the starting lineup. And there has been. All right. Well, I'll have to get that for you for here in just a second. As here we are for your Johnston City Indians. Looking up on the clock, 8 minutes is ready as soon as we start this contest. And here we go. Leading off for your Johnston City Indians will be a 6'2" senior. He's a forward wearing number 1, Wade Galbraith. A junior standing at 6 foot. He's also a guard in number 3, Nolan Crosby. A 6'2" senior. He's also a guard, number 12, A.J. Butler. A 5'10" junior. He's also a guard, number 21, Seth Rice. And a 6'2" sophomore. He's a forward, number 35, Carson Murrah. Ladies and gentlemen, your starting lineup for your Johnston City Indians. Looking forward to this contest. It's great to be back in the gymnasium. Great to be back on the mic and on the radio. We thank you for tuning in and turning us on. No matter how you're listening, whether it's on AM 1150, 98.1 on the FM dial, WGGH.net, or worldwide on our app. Search WGGH Radio on iOS or Android. And if you're listening to us on Network One Sports, we appreciate that as well. Here we go. Finally get back into the gymnasium for some high school basketball. Across the way is Anna Jonesboro's radio station, providing me a list of stats here before I even got a chance to sit down. We thank him for that, and of course, those are his stats on the Wildcats of Anna Jonesboro. A.J. Butler into the center circle as number 11. That is J.J. Girardi. Gets ready to step in with him. Probably there was a lineup change for Anna Jonesboro. We'll get them to you here in just a second. Number 11, J.J. Girardi. And here's the ball up in the air. Girardi gets the tip, and it goes down to Dylan Harville. Harville with the basketball, crossing the timeline, moving right to left on your radio. Down here to the left side corner, it goes back to Girardi, top of the key. Girardi with the basketball as he goes down into the paint for Drew Page. Page looking on the baseline, looks back out. Now he finds, that is number 30, Noah Cavins. Cavins looks back down to Dylan Harville, down in the paint, up for two, and Dylan Harville scores. He'll get 2 points up on the basket. That is the first points of the ball game. 7:25 left here in the first quarter. Seth Rice with the basketball, crossing the timeline here on the right side, and it is tipped off of A.J. Butler, and he tries to discuss it with the referee. Referee doesn't want to hear it. Once again, J.J. Girardi out of bounds and inbounds it to Dylan Harville. 7:19 left on the first quarter clock. Moving over to the right-hand side, and he finds Girardi at the top of the key. Now back over to number 3, that's Hodges. Hodges with the basketball. Now back over to Dylan Harville on the right-hand side. Hodges goes down into Cavins. Cavins, a little hook shot, good for 2. Noah Cavins scores 2, and Anna Jonesboro's up 4-0. 6:55 left here in the first quarter as Nolan Causey comes up the floor. Now crossing the timeline, off over to Wade Galbraith. Galbraith with the basketball down to A.J. Butler. Butler 3-ball off the back of the rim. He gets his own rebound. Now drives down on the side of the lane. Stops, drop, step, no good. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Anna Jonesboro basketball underneath Johnson City's basket. Girardi out of bounds and inbounds it to Harville. Harville with the basketball, crossing the timeline, moving right to left on your radio. Now down here to the left-hand side, down into the paint, off the lane, off the backboard, no good. It's rebounded, and jump ball is called. It's going to be in the possession of Johnson City. 6:23 left here in the first quarter. Johnson City trails by 4 here against Anna Jonesboro. Now back over to Galbraith. Galbraith to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball. 6:19 left here in the first quarter. Causey with the basketball. Now moving left to right on your radio. Now over to A.J. Butler on the left-hand side to Seth Rice, top of the key. Between the circles as he looks over to Galbraith. Galbraith with the basketball. And that's over to Murrah. Now to Galbraith as Murrah goes back to Galbraith. Now to A.J. Butler. Butler with the basketball. Now out to Galbraith. Galbraith looking side to side as the ball gets poked out of his hands. Galbraith looking for the open man. Can't find anybody. Picks up it and goes down into the paint. Off the glass. No good as the rebound comes down to Hodges. Hodges with the basketball. Now back the other way. Looking down on the baseline. Can't do it. Finds Harville, top of the key. Now back over to number 10. That is Drew Page. He scores 3. And Coach Brzezinski wants a timeout. It is 7-0. Anna Jonesboro's lead. 5:35 left here in the first quarter. We will be right back. You're listening to the legendary WGGH.
SIU Credit Union members, listen up. Use your SIU-CU debit card for all your purchases starting Thanksgiving Day through Tuesday, November 28th, and earn double SIU-CU reward points. Redeem your points for cash back, gift cards, or something special to share for the holidays. Learn more at siucu.org/rewards. Not a member? Find out how to join at siucu.org. SIU Credit Union. We're working for you. Membership required. Insured by NCUA.
And as we return to the broadcast, 5:35 left here in the first quarter, as Anna Jonesboro currently has a lead of 7-0. Out of bounds is Seth Rice. Rice with the basketball as he looks for the open man. And he gets it to Nolan Causey. Causey with the inbounds. And now he travels against Hodges. Hodges looks as he crosses the timeline. Causey with the basketball. Now looking at A.J. Butler, top of the key. Butler down into the paint, up, off, and there's a foul. It'll be, I believe, on J.J. Girardi. And it is fouls on J.J. Girardi. It's his first, team's first. Out of bounds is Causey. Causey inbounds it to A.J. Butler. Butler with the basketball as he drives down to the free throw line, tries to throw it up off the glass, says he traveled, but he was taking steps singly. And still the travel call. Inbounded to J.J. Girardi. Girardi with the basketball, and now throws it into Dylan Harville. Harville crossing the timeline on the left side of your screen. Now back to Hodges. Hodges right at the free throw line. Now inside the lane. Goes back up to Dylan Harville. Harville three ball. No good. It's off the back of the rim. Now to Cavins. Cavins with the basketball. Now looks back out to Hodges. Hodges three ball. No good. It's missed. It's an air ball and out of bounds off of Anna Jonesboro. 4:54 left here in the first quarter. Anna Jonesboro still leads 7-0. As Seth Rice inbounds it to Wade Galbraith. Galbraith with the basketball as he looks now over to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball, bringing it up as he crosses the timeline over to the right-hand side of the court. Now looking to Galbraith. Galbraith down to Murrah. Murrah back out to A.J. Butler through his fingertips and out of bounds. 4:39 left here in the first quarter. And still that 7-point lead for the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats. Girardi out of bounds as he inbounds to Dylan Harville. Harville in his senior year. It seems like we've been calling his name for 5 or 6 years sometimes. Now back to Cavins. Cavins looks over here to Hodges. Hodges at the free throw line down to Cavins. Cavins stops and loses possession of the basketball. Gets his own pickup as he throws to Girardi. Girardi down in the paint, up off the glass, fouled and good. J.J. Girardi scores 2, and he'll get a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. And that is going to be on number 21. That is going to be Seth Rice. And that's going to be a first team foul. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by A.J. Butler. Butler with the basketball, moving left to right on your radios. He crosses the timeline, and now top of the key between the circles. Goes over to Seth Rice on the far left side. Rice looks side to side as he tries to find Galbraith. Can't do it. J.J. Girardi gets the steal up off the glass, and it's good for 2. J.J. Girardi has 4 points. And Seth Rice looking for the open man. And the ball is thrown over the head of A.J. Butler, and Dylan Harville comes up with a loose ball. 3:48 left here in the first quarter. Harville travels down into the paint. Now down to Girardi. Back out to Harville. Looks over, and he finds Hodges. Hodges with the basketball. Now to Cavins. Cavins off the glass. Good for 2. Noah Cavins has 4 points up on the board. It's 13-0. And Coach Scott Brzezinski wants another timeout. 3:33 left here in the first quarter. It is 13-0, and Jonesboro's lead. We'll be right back. You're listening to the legendary WGGH.
At Foresight Energy, we're proud to support the community and proud to support the Johnston City Indians and Lady Indians. Foresight Energy is now hiring for both its mock mining and Viking mining operations. For more information on how you can apply, visit us online at foresight.com. At Foresight Energy, we not only believe in the future of coal, we're building it. Find out more at foresight.com. Go Tribe!
Kristen Anastasi with House to Home Realty. She's got a new satellite office. Have you seen it? It's located at 313 East Broadway Boulevard in Johnston City. She's the go-to certified real estate negotiation expert in Johnston City. Visit her at homewithkristenanastasi.com. That's homewithkristenanastasi.com, or give her a call, 618-944-0057. She says it's always a great day to be an Indian.
And as we return to the broadcast, Anna Jonesboro already out on the floor. 3:33 left to go here in the first quarter. Seth Rice goes out of bounds for the Tribe. Rice out of bounds and gets it into Galbraith. Galbraith throws it ahead to A.J. Butler. Butler all the way down the court. Goes up off the glass. It's good for 2. A.J. Butler scores 2. Johnston City's first 2 points of the game and quarter. As A.J. Butler will go back up, and Dylan Harville will have his first foul, team second. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that we have the 5-foul rule and you're shooting 2 shots instead of the 7-foul rule previously. It's an old-fashioned three-point play, and A.J. Butler gets the score on that one. Now back out to Dylan Harville. Anna Jonesboro quickly back the other way. Harville, top of the key between the circles, goes down to Cavins. Cavins spins. Little hook shot, no good, off the back of the rim. And it goes down to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball as he looks left, looks right, over on the left-hand side of the court, off to Seth Rice. Rice with the basketball, now looking side to side as Rice hands it off to A.J. Butler. Butler, 3-ball, no good. And there is a push foul on Dylan Harville as it looked like he fell into A.J. Butler, but he did not. So that'll be a second foul on Dylan Harville. His second, team's third. A.J. Butler will get, 3 shots here. Shot is up and no good. Coach Mike Chamness questioning the foul, as whenever he was taking the three-point shot is when he was fouled. No good on the second shot. And into the ball game comes, that is number 14, McFadden, and number 1, that is Hall. A.J. Butler, last shot is good, and he is 2 for 4 so far, has the 4 points up on the board for your Johnson City Indians. And now Hall with the basketball, looks over to McFadden. McFadden down to Harville. Harville down here in the left side corner as it goes back to Cavins. Cavins, and the referee says Cavins picked up his foot. And now coming into the basketball game is number 14. That is Caden King. King out of bounds now as he goes into Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball, 2:45 left here in the first quarter. Johnson City down by 9. As Causey takes it across the timeline, and now top of the key between the circles. Looking side to side, Johnson City moving left to right on your radio. Nolan Causey, he backs up right against the half-court line as he's trying to get movement into his people. Now down to Galbraith. Galbraith down in the paint as he shoots up over a defender. No good, and A.J. Butler went over the back of Dylan Harville. A.J. Butler will get his first, as it's 2 fouls each. Anna Jonesboro's 3 fouls to Johnson City's 2. And now Hall with the basketball crossing the timeline here on the left-hand side of the court. Off to Dylan Harville. Harville 3-ball, good. Dylan Harville scores 3. He's got 5 points. He's the leading scorer for the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats. 2 minutes left here on the first quarter clock. Nolan Causey with the basketball as he brings it across the timeline. Moving over here to the right-hand side, to the right-hand corner. Nope, he brings it back out. And he is being guarded by Hall very closely. Now looks over to A.J. Butler on the left-hand side. Butler with the basketball as he goes down into the free throw line, and it's getting pushed off of. No call. Now back to Galbraith. Now back to A.J. Butler. Butler, Stephen Curry, length 3. And now Dylan Harville has the rebound, throws it ahead to Cavins. Cavins can't get it, and it's out of bounds off of Anna Jonesboro. Minute 28 left here in the first quarter. It is 16-4. Johnson City trails. And here we go. King out of bounds. Throws it into Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball. As he is being counted down. The 10 seconds you're allowed to get across the timeline. Now he does. And throws it back over to King. Now to A.J. Butler, top of the key. Butler with the basketball. It goes to Nolan Causey. Causey down to Galbraith. At the free throw line. Back out to A.J. Butler. Butler with the basketball. Side steps. Goes down in the paint. 2 steps. Up off the glass. Good for 2. A.J. Butler. He scores 2. And he's got all 6 points for your Tribe. Under a minute here, left in the first quarter. Dylan Harville goes down, hucks it to Cavins. Cavins goes up off the glass, good. Noah Cavins scores 2. And now, back over to Noah Causey. Causey with the basketball. Under 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. It is a 12-point lead for Anna Jonesboro over Johnson City. Now over to A.J. Butler here on the right-hand corner. Back to Galbraith, top of the key. Now over to Noah Causey. Causey tries to go baseline. Jump shot, no good. It goes into the hands of Dylan Harville. Harville with the basketball as he crosses the timeline and hands it back off to McFadden. Fadden looking as he's got 20 seconds left on the first quarter clock. Fadden looking side to side. He goes right and he backs off now. 14 seconds left on the clock. Still a 12-point lead for Anna Jonesboro as McFadden dribbles over to the right-hand side. McFadden looks down here to, that is Page, and Page tries to throw it up. Now McFadden tries to throw it back up, and the clock runs out on the first quarter. Anna Jonesboro 18, Johnson City 6. We'll be right back. You're listening to the legendary WGGH.
The Johnston City Indians strive for excellence in athletics. And at Johnston City Unit 1 schools, the administration, Board of Education, and faculty strive for excellence in the classroom as well. The mission of Johnston City Schools is to prepare their students for life in the 21st century. Johnston City teachers and coaches want to produce students who are value-driven, problem-solving, critical thinkers, ready for life beyond high school. From math champions to sports champions, Johnston City has set the bar high. Good luck, Indians, in all your endeavors from Johnston City Unit 1.
And as we come back to the broadcast, 35 seconds left here on the in-between quarter clock, as we're still making sure we're on the broadcasting. Yes, we are. And Brian Chaney back at the studio, making sure he pushes all the right buttons to keep us on the air, keep us sounding good. 8 minutes to be up on the clock after the 15 seconds here. First buzzer. And second quarter getting ready to start here at Johnson City High School, the Arrowhead Classic. Once again, great to be back here in the gymnasium, as it's been a hot minute since I've been able to broadcast a ball game. 8 minutes on the clock as Dylan Harville is out of bounds for the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats. Harville out of bounds. He throws into Hall. Hall with the basketball, across to the timeline. Looks over to the far side of McFadden. Now back to Harville. Harville looking and goes to Girardi. Girardi back, and he throws back to Harville. Harville at the free throw line, down in the paint, up off the glass. No, it rolls off the front of the rim. Now Hall with the basketball back. He throws it back up as Hodges goes for a three. No good. No good with McFadden with the rebound. And now Hall comes up with the rebound and brings it back up top. 7:33 left here in the first quarter. Johnson City trails by 12. As now down into the paint, and there's going to be a foul call. It's going to be 2 shots as McFadden will go to the line. It's going to be a Carson Murrah. That's going to be his first, team's first, as McFadden will go to the line and shoot 2. 7:27 left here in the second quarter. Shot is up and good, and that'll make Anna Jonesboro 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. Seeing if he can make it 20-6. And it's good. It is 20 for Anna Jonesboro, 6 for Johnson City. Nolan Causey with the basketball as he's being guarded by Hall. Moving left to right on your radio as Causey with the basketball. Now it goes over to Kane. Kane with basketball to Galbraith on the baseline. Galbraith spins up and a little hook shot, no good. Hall comes up with the wide open rebound. Hall with the basketball as he crosses the timeline, moving right to left. As now Hall down in the paint, little hook shot, no good. As Galbraith comes up with the rebound. Galbraith taking the basketball as his guards are guarded. And now back over to Nolan Causey. Causey, 3 ball, good. Nolan Causey. He's got 3 points up on the board. It's now 20-9. Hall with the basketball as he sits at top of the key and throws it to Dylan Harville. Harville goes over to Hodges. Hodges with the basketball, back over to Hall on the right-hand side. Now to Harville. Harville on the right-hand side as he throws it to McFadden, top of the key. McFadden over to Hall here on the left-hand side. 3 ball, no good. It's off the side of the rim, and the ball is thrown off of a Johnson City player as Hodges jumped high in the air and was able to throw it off of, I believe, that was Caden Kane. Now into the basketball game is number 44, Logan Moore. And look for the other substitution just a second. Seth Rice is back into the basketball game. Harville with the basketball as he throws it over to Hodges. Hodges now to Hall. Hall swings over to McFadden. McFadden, there's a charge, and Girardi apparently put his backside into Logan Moore and drew the foul. That'll be on number 11, J.J. Girardi. That's going to be his second, team's first of the quarter. And now Seth Rice out of bounds into Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball, 6:14 left here in the second quarter. Causey with the basketball as he dribbles against Hall. Hall looking side to side as he goes over here to the left-hand side now, crossing the timeline. Galbraith back to Causey. Causey, 3 ball, no good. As the ball comes down to number 21, Seth Rice, and it'll be off of Anna Jonesboro. It'll be Johnson City basketball. 5:56 left here in the second quarter as Nolan Causey heads out of bounds. for the Tribe. Causey out of bounds as he throws into Galbraith. Galbraith up off the glass, no good. As Logan Moore tries to get the rebound, and it's stripped by Girardi. Girardi throws ahead to Harville. Harville with the basketball, crossing the timeline. Now throws it all the way down and misses Hodges completely. Hodges dipped when he should have dodged, and it went out of bounds off of Anna Jonesboro. Seth Rice with the basketball as he inbounds Logan Moore. Moore with the basketball, now back to Rice, now back over to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball, 5:38 left here in the second quarter. An 11-point lead for the Wildcats over your Johnson City Indians. Seth Rice comes up with the ball as it was a loose pass, and now into A.J. Butler. Butler down off the paint, off the glass, good for two. A.J. Butler has 8 points on the night, and now has got the lead down to 9. And now as Girardi gets the basketball, he tries to pass it back out. Now it goes over to Hodges. Hodges three ball, and it's good. Hodges has 3 points up on the board. Seth Rice taking the basketball for the Tribe as he crosses the timeline. Now goes over to Nolan Causey. 5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Logan Moore sets a screen. Nolan Causey doesn't want it. He throws it to Seth Rice here on the right-hand side. Rice with the basketball to Moore. Throws it over to Causey. Causey with the basketball on the left-hand side as he's looking for the open teammate. And looking down in the paint. Nope. He throws it back to A.J. Butler, top of the key between the circles. Reset the offense, Coach Scott Brzezinski says. 4:37 left here in the second quarter. Butler back over to Galbraith. Galbraith with the basketball. Spins. Back out to A.J. Butler, top of the key. 4:30 left here in the second quarter as Johnson City trails here. A.J. Butler down with a little sidestep and comes up with McFadden. McFadden gets the ball and throws it ahead to Hall. Hall double steps, and Galbraith knocks it out of bounds. And into the basketball game comes Cavins. And I believe that's Page. Yes, it is. It'll be Murrah coming in and replacing Galbraith, giving him a breather. 4:17 left here in the second quarter. 23-11. A 12-point lead for the Wildcats. Inbounded and gets it back out to Hodges. Hodges goes in and down to Page. Page back out to Hodges, top of the key. Hodges looking side to side, now to Girardi. Girardi here on the left-hand side, goes back to Page. Page looking over, goes to Harville. Harville down to Girardi. Girardi on the baseline. He fakes it. Nope. Goes back out to Page. Page three ball, no good. It's off the front of the rim, and Nolan Causey takes the basketball. Now back down to the other side. Little sidestep, turn, spin. It shoots. It's good. Nolan Causey's got 2 more points. It's 13-23, a 10-point lead now for the Wildcats. Harville with the basketball to Girardi, top of the key. Now back over to Hodges. Hodges with the basketball. Now to Harville, top of the key. Three ball, no good. A.J. Butler comes up with a rebound. A.J. Butler with the basketball, crossing the timeline here to the right-hand side of the court as Butler goes up, and he's fouled by Harville. Dylan Harville will get his 3rd foul. That'll be the 2nd team foul as A.J. Butler goes to the line to shoot 2. .326 left here in the second quarter. Shot is up and good as he is 3 for 5 from the charity stripe. The only free throw shot for Johnson City. 3:26 left here in the second quarter. Shot is off the front of the rim, and Cavins comes down with a rebound for the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats. Harville ahead to Page. Page goes back to Harville. Harville down into the paint, loses the basketball, and it's off of Harville's knee is what they said. And Harville can't believe it. He thought it was off of Johnson City. 3:17 left here in the second quarter. It is a 9-point lead for the for the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats over your Johnson City Indians. As Nolan Causey brings the basketball up the court, being guarded now by Dylan Harville. 3:05 left here in the second quarter is Causey. It's a screen from Murrah. He shoots a 3 off the front of the rim, and now Page comes up with the rebound off to McFadden. McFadden throws ahead to Girardi. No, stolen by Nolan Causey. And Causey thought he had the pass off before he traveled, and that is not the case. McFadden replacing Harville. And Galbraith is going to replace Logan Moore. 2:53 left here in the second quarter. Still a 9-point lead for the Wildcats. Into McFadden. McFadden with the basketball, top of the key, off to Girardi here on the left-hand side. Now to Hodges. Hodges with the basketball, back to Cavins. Cavins to Hall. Hall goes over to Girardi. Girardi with the basketball, now back over to Hodges. Now back here to Page. Page with the basketball as he goes to Cavins. Cavins with the basketball, top of the key. Now back to Girardi. Now looks over to McFadden. McFadden looking for the open pass, gets it down to Cavins on the baseline. Cavins throws back out to Page on the top of the key, gets down to the free throw line, and it's going to be a foul on A.J. Butler. It'll be his second, team second of the quarter, and out of bounds for the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats. Out to Hodges. Hodges on the baseline, jump shot, no, as the rebound comes down to Murrah. Murrah off to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball. As he now looks here on the right-hand side, goes to Galbraith. Galbraith with the basketball, and there is a foul. It's going out of bounds. Who's it going to be on? It's going to be on Clarkson Murrah, and that's going to be his second, team's third of the quarter. 2:07 left here in the second. As Anna Jonesboro brings the ball up the court. And off to Hodges. Hodges with the basketball. It goes to McFadden, top of the key. Off to Girardi on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side. Now back up to Page. Page goes off to the side and over here to McFadden. McFadden skips a man and goes over to Girardi. Down in the paint. Off the glass. Foul and good. J.J. Girardi has 2 more points. He's got 6 on the night so far. And he'll get a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. Murrah, that's going to be his third, team's fourth. And with minute 45 left here before halftime, shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Seth Rice. Rice finds A.J. Butler. Butler crossing the timeline, moving it here to the right-hand side of the court as A.J. Butler is pushed, and the referee says he lost control of the basketball. Murrah's going to come out as Caden Kane comes in to replace Seth Rice. And Logan Moore comes back into the basketball game. McFadden now gets the inbound pass from J.J. Girardi. Minute 33, now minute 30 left on the second quarter clock. McFadden, top of the key as he moves to the right-hand side. Tries to find the open man, can't do it. Goes down to Page. Page at the free throw line. Back over to J.J. Girardi here on the left-hand side. Girardi going on the baseline, throws into Cavins, no good. The ball is knocked loose, now to A.J. Butler. Butler with the basketball as he picks up the loose ball, now down to the free throw line. He gets a little two-step, no good. It's wild off the backboard. McFadden back the other way. Minute 5 left here in the second quarter as Cavins goes off the backboard and in for Nolan Cavins. Nolan Cavins has 8 points for the Wildcats as 55 seconds ticks off the clock here in the second quarter. Nolan Causey waiting and crossing the timeline now as he moves here to the right-hand side of the court, looking for a open teammate, looking for a moving teammate. Logan Moore sets a screen as Cavins picks up Nolan Causey. Causey, 3-ball, no good. The ball is picked up by J.J. Girardi on the rebound. Now to McFadden. McFadden looking side to side, 30 seconds as he crosses the timeline. Moving to the left side of the court now as McFadden goes down to the free throw line, gets the ball knocked loose from Johnson City. Good defense as Kane gets the loose ball and throws it ahead to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball, 15 seconds left here in the second quarter, and there's a blocking foul to be out of bounds. 13.4 seconds left here in the second quarter. Foul's on 14. That's going to be Aiden McFadden. That's going to be his first, team's third, and out of bounds for Johnson City. 13.4 seconds left here before halftime. Causey out of bounds for the Tribe. He floats it in to Galbraith. Galbraith with the basketball, top of the key. As Galbraith turns the other way, goes down in the paint, off the glass, no good. It was deflected by Girardi, and 7.6 seconds left. As it is almost halftime, but not quite there yet. 7.6 seconds left here, and there is a foul. J.J. Girardi. They're going to say he was pushing off before the ball was in play. That's his third, team's fourth. Out of bounds for 7.6 seconds. Nolan Causey. Nolan Causey out of bounds for Johnson City. As he's looking, he finds A.J. Butler. Butler fakes the three as he goes down and gets to the free throw line. 3 seconds. And off is good for A.J. Butler. Throws it. And that is how the first half comes to an end. Anna Jonesboro 27, Johnson City 16. We will be right back. You're listening to the legendary WGGH.
IBEW Local 702, an international brotherhood of electrical workers, has more than 4,500 members. Working men and women in hard hats, steel-toed boots, and leather gloves scattered throughout the heartland, making a living while making the heartland a better place to live. IBEW Local 702 represents construction workers, tree trimmers, broadcast engineering, telephone company, and power utility personnel. IBEW Local 702 with offices in West Frankfort. In a galaxy far, far away,
Actually, Marion.
there was a threat to all mankind.
Well, maybe not all mankind.
A computer was about to explode.
Okay, so maybe not explode, but there was a computer on the fritz. Same difference.
Fortunately, the samurai guy was close by. He heard his number being dialed.
Also Monday night, the varsity
9442. That's 618-997-9442.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Illinois. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Illinois High School Association and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
There's never a convenient time for an illness or injury. That's why Express Care on Halfway Road is now open and you can walk right in. No appointment needed. From a sore throat or chest congestion to care for a sprain or strain, we're here for you 7 days a week from 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Heartland Regional Medical Group Express Care, making it easier to get the care you need when you need it. Located in Marion, on the Hill.
As we return to the broadcast, 6:12 left here in the halftime as we look at the Johnson City Indians Nolan Causey has 5 points up on the board so far. A.J. Butler has 11 points so far for the Tribe. That is the only scores that we have for the Tribe, as the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats are 2 for 4 from the charity stripe. Johnson City is 3 for 6. Don't forget, our next game isn't until next Friday, and that will be where Johnson City gets to see just a little bit more action next Friday, and we get back hopefully to a more custom broadcasting schedule. Just depends on my work and depends on what's going on, especially what's going on with work and trying to see what everything is going on. Taking a look, and we'll have more basketball action coming up tonight as Johnson City, not Johnson City, I'm sorry, Marion will be playing tonight. And now I can't find my schedule. There it is. Hello. That's what I said. I knew I had it saved. I just wasn't sure where I was. So for Friday, January 26th, we are at Ziegler Royalton High School. That's a 6 o'clock JV start. And then, of course, we'll have varsity thereafter. And let's see here. Saturday, January the 27th is the full day at Wayne City High School over in Wayne City, Illinois. We'll have the girls on as well as the boys. It's a big day of girls basketball, boys basketball, JV, and varsity on both sides. And then on Tuesday, January 30th, we travel down to Goreville High School. And then we will have Friday, February the 2nd, Vienna High School down at Vienna. It seems like almost a month we're away from Johnson City High School, but finally down in February, we get to come, February the 6th, we get to come back and take on Christopher here at Johnson City High School. Quickly approaching is regionals and sectionals, and it all seems like it goes back in the blink of an eye. We'll take another short break and be right back. You're listening to legendary WGGH.
Bandy's Drugs has been a big part of Johnston City since 1977. Not only is Bandy's Johnston City's hometown pharmacy, they carry a variety of gifts, including Yankee candles for all seasons. Gary and Tammy Bandy know Johnston City. They support not only Johnston City athletics, but the community as a whole. Give them a call at 618-983-8272 or visit them at 905 Grand Avenue in Johnston City. That's Bandy's Drugs in Johnston City. Roll Tribe. At Foresight Energy, we're proud to support the community and proud to support the Johnston City Indians and Lady Indians. Foresight Energy is now hiring for both its mock mining and Viking mining operations. For more information on how you can apply, visit us online at foresight.com. At Foresight Energy, we not only believe in the future of coal, we're building it. Find out more at foresight.com. Go Tribe!
SIU Credit Union members, listen up. Use your SIU-CU debit card for all your purchases starting Thanksgiving Day through Tuesday, November 28th, and earn double SIU-CU reward points. Redeem your points for cash back, gift cards, or something special to share for the holidays. Learn more at siucu.org/rewards. Not a member? Find out how to join at siucu.org. SIU Credit Union. We're working for you. Membership required. Insured by NCUA.
We back our promise. Here at Country Financial, we back our promises by thousands of employees and agents around the corner and across the country. Since 1925, we've been offering a helpful hand to our customers, providing superior services and a great value for their insurance dollars. Real people, real answers, real quick. That's Country Financial. Call Natasha Stearns and Marion at 618-997-9442. That's 618-997-9442.
As we come back to the broadcast, minute 50 left here on the halftime clock, as it is Anna Jonesboro 27, Johnson City 16. The Tribe trailing by 9 currently here at halftime as Roger Key stretching his legs across the way. Ronnie Rowe, I do not see down there at the bench, so he must be off at snack bar, which is where you usually find Ronnie Rowe during halftime. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, here comes Ronnie Rowe. He's coming back in. He's got that black and white striped shirt on as the official scorer for the Arrowhead Classic here. Minute 12 left as Anna Jonesboro puts the balls on the rack. And we get ready to start the second half of basketball. Johnson City will be moving right to left as Anna Jonesboro will be left to right to their respective goals will be by their benches. 53 seconds left here as Johnson City now putting balls back on the rack. And we get ready to start back with basketball action here. .30 seconds as Johnson City huddles in front of their bench. Anna Jonesboro down on the bench as Mike Chamness talks to them. Third and fourth quarter getting ready to start here. 13 seconds left as Johnson City heads out onto the floor. We have Nolan Causey, Seth Rice, Nolan Murrah, A.J. Butler, and Wade Galbraith to start the second half. It'll be Johnson City's basketball. Seth Rice out of bounds in front of us. He throws in to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball. Just started the third quarter. Down to Murrah. Murrah at the free throw line. Now back out to A.J. Butler. Butler goes down on the baseline, and he loses the ball, regains the ball as he lost his dribble. Now he goes back up, being guarded well by Anna Jonesboro, but A.J. Butler gets it done and puts 2 points up on the board for Johnson City. Now, as Anna Jonesboro to Girardi. Girardi to Harville. Harville looks back over, goes down to Page. Page, little jump shot, no good, off the front of the rim. Noah Causey comes up with the rebound, moving down to the left-hand side. He sidesteps off the glass, no good, as Cavins comes down with the rebound, and they're going to call it on Murrah. They're going to say that Murrah hit his hand. That is Murrah's fourth, team's first of the half, or of the quarter, excuse me. And he's going to take a seat as Logan Moore comes back out to the basketball court. Harville with the inbound pass as he gets ready to cross the timeline. He does. Now down here on the left-hand side as he throws over to Hodges. Hodges goes to Harville. Harville here on the right-hand corner goes to Cavins. Cavins no good. And the ball's thrown out of bounds off of Anna Jonesboro. 7:03 left here in the third quarter. 9-point lead for the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats. Now to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball as he looks side to side, trying to judge where Hodges is going to defend. Now it goes down to Seth Rice on the left-hand corner. Rice goes over to Moore. Moore swings it over to A.J. Butler on the far right corner. A.J. Butler fakes the three as he gets down right by the paint and goes up for a little jumper. No good. Off the back of the backboard. And they're going to call Cavins for the foul. And that is going to be his first, team's first of the quarter. And Nolan Causey will be out of bounds for Johnson City. And inbounded to A.J. Butler. Butler goes down to the baseline, goes up for two, no good. And it's a slap on the wrist, no call from the referee. Harville comes back the other way. Harville down to Cavins. Cavins off the backboard, no good. Cavins goes up again, and A.J. Butler gets that foul. And he wanted that one. That's three. That's his third, team's second of the quarter. And Cavins will go to the line to shoot two. 6:23 left here in the third quarter. Shot is up and good as it hits off the front of the rim, back of the rim, backboard, and then comes in. He's got 9 points so far. Can he go 2 for 2? Shot is up. No good. Rebounded by A.J. Butler. Butler hands it off to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball. 6:18 left here in the third quarter. A.J. Butler with the basketball. Now goes back over to Nolan Murrah. Murrah with the basketball. And now down to A.J. Butler. Butler loses the position and also trips over himself as he falls hard into the paint. Down onto the ground. A.J. frustrated with himself as he walks back the other way. 6:06 left here in the third quarter as Girardi inbounds to Harville. 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Harville crossing the timeline. Back over here to the right-hand side as he finds Girardi top of the key. Girardi back over to Harville. Harville three ball, no good. It's off the side of the rim, and there's a foul on A.J. Butler. That's his fourth. It's going to be his fourth, team's third. And into the ball game comes Caden Kane to keep A.J. Butler in the ball game. 5:51 left here in the third quarter, a 10-point lead for the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats. As Hall is out of, no, it's Hall, not Hall, I'm sorry, that's Page out of bounds. Now down as he goes off the rails to Harville. Harville scores 2, and now he's got 7 points up on the board. Nolan Causey with the basketball as he throws ahead through the hands of Galbraith as he throws back over to Page. Page fakes the three. He throws it down into Hodges, but Hodges doesn't see the pass, and it goes back to Nolan Causey. 5:25 left here in the third quarter. It is 30-18, a 12-point lead for the Wildcats. Nolan Causey goes down inside, spins up off the glass, no good. And there's going to be a push-off. It's going to be on number 3. Yep. That's going to be on Hodges, and that's going to be his first. Team's second of the quarter. Nolan Causey will go to the line to shoot 2. 5:17 left here in the third quarter. In and out from Nolan Causey as he misses the first free throw. Causey sets, shot is up and good as he goes 1 for 2 for the Tribe. 5:17 is inbound to Harville. Harville looking as he stands here on the right-hand side, crossing the timeline. Now top of the key as the ball, Caden King almost got the steal. And that's going to be his first. Team's fourth. And here in the third quarter, 5:09 left in the third. 5:07 left here in the third now. As Hodges, there's a clean steal from Caden King. King looking side to side, goes back over to Noah Causey. Causey, 3 ball. No, it bounces out as Cavins gets the rebound and finds Harville. Harville with the basketball, coming back quick the other way. Looks over here, top of the key, looking left to right and backing up now. As Harville stands up top of the key, now goes over to number 3, to Hodges. Hodges looking side to side, down to the free throw line, now back out to Page. Page with the basketball, down to the free throw line, down just inside the paint. Now a long 3, no good. It's off the side of the rim and rebounded by Caden King. King loses the basketball, now back to Cavins. Cavins looking side to side, now goes back over to Harville. Harville top of the key, 3-ball fake. Nope, he shoots the 3-ball, no good, off the front of the rim. Page comes up with the rebound for the Wildcats. Now back over to Hodges. Hodges 3-ball, no good. Back off the back of the rim. Hodges again from top of the key. No good. It's air ball, and it's out of bounds off of the Wildcats. 4:09 left here in the third quarter as Seth Rice will inbound to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball as he throws it over to Seth Rice. Rice down to Galbraith. Galbraith 3-ball. Good. Wade Galbraith 3-ball. And he gets his first points on the board. It's 30-22. 8-point lead for the Wildcats. 3:49 left here as Harville crossing the timeline. 3:45 left in the third quarter. Harville fakes, goes down to the free throw line, back over to Cavins. Cavins goes up off the glass, strong, and good for 2. He wants a timeout. We will take one as well. 3:37 left here in the third quarter. It is Anna Jonesboro 32, Johnson City 22. We'll be right back on the legendary WGGH.
We back our promise. Here at Country Financial, we back our promises by thousands of employees and agents around the corner and across the country. Since 1925, we've been offering a helpful hand to our customers, providing superior services and a great value for their insurance dollars. Real people, real answers, real quick. That's Country Financial. Call Natasha Stearns and Marion at 618-997-9442. That's 618-997-9442.
And back out to the court we go. 3:37 left here in the third quarter as a 10-point deficit here against your Johnson City Indians and Jonesboro Wildcats playing well here today. Seth Rice with the basketball, inbounds it to Moore. Moore with the basketball now, looking side to side as he spins and dribbles up the court. Moore looking side to side, now gets it to Caden King. King with the basketball, looking over in the far right side. Now back over to Noah Causey here on the left-hand side. Causey looking. He's looking for the open man. Can't find it as Causey now finds Galbraith. Galbraith three ball. Good. Wade Galbraith for another three. He's got 6 points on the night. And now here we go. Harville with the basketball as he stops and now goes down to Cavins. Cavins on the baseline. No good. Loses the basketball into Wade Galbraith. Galbraith goes to Rice. Rice back over to Noah Causey. 2:56 left here in the third quarter. As Causey goes down into the paint, off the glass, no good. And rebound comes down to Dylan Harville. Harville with the basketball. Now quickly the other side to Page. Page loses the basketball to Noah Causey on the sloppy pass. Now over to Caden Kane. Now down to Galbraith. Galbraith three ball. No good off the front of the rim. Rice now with the basketball. Down to the free throw line. Back out to Noah Causey. Top of the key. Causey with the basketball, looking over to Kane. Kane with the basketball, now back over to Seth Rice. Rice with the right corner, now back up top of the key to Kane. Kane with the basketball, now it goes to Noah Causey here on the left-hand side. Causey looking side to side as he finds Kane. Kane here in the left-hand corner, now goes back to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball, down as he tries to get in the paint, can't do it. Back to Logan Moore, now to Seth Rice, top of the key. Rice with the basketball, now over to Nolan Causey. Causey here on the left-hand side. Back to Galbraith, top of the key. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter as Galbraith goes wide open down the lane and gets 2 points more up on the board. He's got 8 so far here just in the third quarter, and now it's a 5-point deficit for the Johnson City Indians. Now Harville with the basketball going to Girardi. Now he finds Hodges. Hodges goes down to Page. Page three ball, no good. Off the side, and as Cavins gets and steals the rebound, Noah Cavins goes back up, and there's a timeout by Mike Chamness. We will take one as well. Minute 34 left here in the third quarter. It is Anna Jonesboro 34, Johnson City 27. We'll be right back on the legendary WGGH.
IBEW Local 702, an international brotherhood of electrical workers, has more than 4,500 members. Working men and women in hard hats, steel-toed boots, and leather gloves scattered throughout the heartland, making a living while making the heartland a better place to live. IBEW Local 702 represents construction workers, tree trimmers, broadcast engineering, telephone company, and power utility personnel. IBEW Local 702 with offices in West Frankfort.
The Johnston City Indians strive for excellence in athletics. And at Johnston City Unit 1 schools, the administration, Board of Education, and faculty strive for excellence in the classroom as well. The mission of Johnston City schools is to prepare their students for life in the 21st century. Johnston City teachers and coaches want to produce students who are value-driven, problem-solving, critical thinkers, ready for life beyond high school. From math champions to sports champions, Johnston City has set the bar high. Good luck, Indians, in all your endeavors from Johnston City Unit 1.
As we return to the broadcast, minute 34 left here in the third quarter. Is a 7-point deficit for Johnson City as they are down 34-27 against the Anna Jonesboro Wildcats. Kane bounds it to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball. He says, I got this handled. He's being guarded by Evan Hall. Nolan Causey crossing the timeline, moving right to left on your radio, and Galbraith misses the pass. And it's a turnover for Johnson City. Minute 20 left here in the third quarter. Harville out of bounds. Inbounds to Evan Hall. Hall crossing the timeline. Top of the key as he comes down here to the right-hand side to Page. Page goes down to Cavins, top of the key. Now back over to Hodges. Hodges down to Harville. Harville down in the paint, can't do it. Goes to Cavins, top of the key. Cavins goes over to Page. Page with the basketball. Now looks back down to McFadden. McFadden down in the paint. Loses the basketball to Cavins. Cavins now down to Hall. Hall to McFadden. McFadden spins. No good. Ball is deflected. Good job, Caden Kane. Noah Causey comes up with the rebound. Or the loose ball, rather, as Causey goes down to Kane. Kane, three ball. No good. As Seth Rice comes in wildly. Almost got the loose ball. And Hall comes back the other way for Anna Jonesboro. 38 seconds left here in the third quarter. As McFadden looks down to Cavins. Cavins looks side to side, and he gets a little jump shot up off, and it falls. Good job, Cavins. Got to give credit where credit's due. Back to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball. He inbounded to Rice, now right back to him. 23 seconds left here in the third quarter, now 20. Nolan Causey goes down to Moore. Moore off the glass, good for two. Logan Moore scores two. And oh my Lanta, here we go. 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Hall crosses the timeline and waits. 36-29 is the score, and the Jonesboro's lead. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And they get a shot off. No good as Page puts it up at the buzzer. 8 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. 36-29 is the score. We'll be right back on the legendary WGGH.
Bandy's Drugs has been a big part of Johnston City since 1977. Not only is Bandy's Johnston City's hometown pharmacy, they carry a variety of gifts, including Yankee candles for all seasons. Gary and Tammy Bandy know Johnston City. They support not only Johnston City athletics, but the community as a whole. Give them a call at 618-983-8272 or visit them at 905 Grand Avenue in Johnston City. That's Bandy's Drugs in Johnston City. Roll Tribe.
And as we come back out here, they have just about 30 seconds left here. As we're looking at the quarters, Johnson City has outscored Anna Jonesboro in the last two quarters. 10. They outscored them by 1 in the second quarter, outscored them by 4 here in the third quarter. And it is a 7-point deficit here as we get ready to head into the fourth quarter. Johnson City down in the first quarter by 12, and slowly we are fighting back as Johnson City gets ready to come out here and battle out these 5-8 minutes. Hey, don't forget, here on the legendary WGGH, Wildcat boys basketball in the third-place game at the Nashville Invitational Tournament, taking on Breeze Modern Day. Tim and Justin will be on the air at 6:15. We appreciate you guys tuning in, turning us on. Harville out of bounds, inbounds to Hall. 8 minutes is now ticking here in the final quarter of the Arrowhead Classic in 2024. Harville with a 3 ball, no good. Off the front of the rim as Harville gets his own rebound on the loose ball. Harville now goes to Page. Page off to Harville. Harville here on the right-hand side. Now back to Page. Top of the key. No good as the ball is tipped up. And Seth Rice comes up with a rebound for Johnson City. Rice taking the ball as he comes down here to the left-hand side. Now off to Noah Causey. Causey goes baseline. Nope, it's cut off by Hall. Causey, little spin jump. No good. It's short and off the side of the rim. Hall with the basketball as he crosses the timeline. 6:22 left here in the fourth quarter. Hall with the basketball, looking side to side, down to the free throw line. Now back to McFadden. McFadden down in the paint. Off to Collins. Collins, a late foul call. And that's going to be on Murrah, I believe. Nope, it's going to be on Noah Causey. Be his first, team's first of the quarter. And 2 shots are going on the line for Noah Cavins. Shot is up and good as Anna Jonesboro, after that, they were 3 for 6 ending the third quarter, and they go 4 for 8 as Cavins misses his second free throw. And A.J. Butler back out on the court. It's good to see him. 7:03 left here in the fourth quarter. Rice coming back over as he tries to. They called a 5-second call on Nolan Causey. 6:56 left here in the fourth quarter as Hall brings the basketball down and crosses the timeline here to the right-hand side of the court. Hall with the basket, and there's a reach in for A.J. Butler, and that's his 5th foul. And it's going to be his 5th foul. That's going to be second team foul here in the second quarter. And now we're just waiting on the substitution. Coach Scott Brzezinski taking his time. Caden Kane coming back into the basketball game, replacing A.J. Butler. Getting a round of applause from the crew here. And out of bounds is Page into Hall. Hall goes to McFadden. McFadden down here to Page as goes back to McFadden. McFadden top of the key as he dribbles down to the free throw line, sidesteps, goes back out to Page. That's Hall. Hall got a little bumper there. He got 2 points up on the board. Now Nolan Causey crossing the timeline 6:27 left here in the second quarter. Nolan Causey with the basketball. Now goes down to the baseline. Jump shot, 7-footer, no good as Dylan Harville comes down with a rebound. Harville crosses the timeline, coming down strong and fast here, and there's a push. He made it, and there's going to be an and one. Dylan Harville scores 2. He'll get a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. Caden Kane gets his second foul. It'll be the team's third. And J.J. Girardi, and that is Taj Hodges coming back into the basketball game. Cavins and Page will take a seat. 6:11 left here in the fourth quarter as Harville puts it up and in. He gets it good for the old-fashioned three-point play. Nolan Causey with the basketball. 6:07 left here, and 6:05 as he crosses the timeline, moving right to left on your radio. Now Causey goes to Galbraith. Galbraith and loses the basketball to Hall. Hall with the basketball coming quickly back down the other side as he goes down into the lane, off the glass, good for 2. Evan Hall comes in, and there's a timeout by Coach Scott Brzezinski. We'll take one as well. 5:48 left here in the fourth quarter, and at Jonesboro 44. Johnson City 29. We'll be right back. You're listening to the legendary WGGH.
The Johnston City Indians strive for excellence in athletics. And at Johnston City Unit 1 schools, the administration, Board of Education, and faculty strive for excellence in the classroom as well. The mission of Johnston City schools is to prepare their students for life in the 21st century. Johnston City teachers and coaches want to produce students who are value-driven, problem-solving, critical thinkers ready for life beyond high school. From math champions to sports champions, Johnston City has set the bar high. Good luck, Indians, in all your endeavors from Johnston City Unit 1.
And as we come back to the broadcast, 5:48 left here in the fourth quarter, and at Jonesboro 44, Johnson City 29. Caden King out of bounds as he throws in to Nolan Causey. Causey with the basketball as he dribbles here to the left-hand side. Now crosses, nope, it comes it, but now throws it down here to Rice. Rice with the basketball to Galbraith, top of the key. Now back to Rice. Rice loses the basketball, regains possession as Rice now dribbles top of the key between the circles, going back down to the right-hand side. Back to Kane. Kane looking to Nolan Causey. Causey here on the left-hand side. Now back up top of the key between the circles. 5:22 left here in the third quarter as Nolan Causey goes back to Galbraith. Galbraith down to the free throw line, into the paint. Nope, ball is stripped. No, he gets it back as Galbraith looks back to Rice, top of the key. Rice back to Galbraith. Galbraith going down to the baseline. Drop step. Nope, can't do it. He goes back out to Murrah. Murrah goes back over to Kane. Kane over to Rice. Rice with the basketball down to the free throw line to Galbraith. Galbraith three ball. No, it's just a little short. Rice with the basketball back. Nolan Causey with the three ball. No good. It's short. And Murrah gets the basketball and knocked out of bounds. Who's it off of? It's off of Harville, they said. It went off of his shoe. And it'll be out of bounds for Johnson City under their basket. 4:52 left here in the fourth quarter. 44-29, still the score here at Johnson City. Arrowhead Classic to Kane. Kane with the basketball. Now back to Galbraith, top of the key, down at the free throw line. It's lost, and he touches it. Goes out of bounds. 4:46 left here in the fourth quarter as Harville is out of bounds, getting ready to inbound to Hall for the Wildcats of Vanna Jonesboro. 4:42 as Hall crosses the timeline. Now back to McFadden, now to Harville. Harville down in the paint. Nope, goes back out to Hall. Three ball, no good, off the front of the rim as the loose ball comes up for Kane. And that's going to be a foul on Dylan Harville. Dylan Harville, that'll be his fourth. Team's first of the quarter. 4:32 left. Here's Nolan Causey, gets the inbound pass. 4:26 left here as Nolan Causey dribbles forward, crossing the timeline. 4:20 left here in the fourth quarter as we have Seth Rice now with the basketball. Looking to Nolan Causey here as he goes baseline, back out to Kane. Kane to Galbraith. Galbraith three ball, good. Wade Galbraith, he's got 11 points up on the board. He's one of our leading members of the Johnny Logan Why Would You Go Anywhere Else star of the game. Under 4 minutes now as Harville brings the basketball across the timeline. Harville with the basketball now goes over to Hodges. Hodges looking side to side, fakes the shot, goes back out to Harville. Harville on the left side corner, now back out to McFadden, top of the key. 3:45 left here in the fourth quarter as McFadden goes down into the paint, sidesteps off the glass, no good as it hits the side of the rim. Ahead is a basketball pass and off of the head of an Anna Jonesboro player. Nope, they're saying Johnson City touched it. It'll be Anna Jonesboro out of bounds. 3:35 left here in the fourth quarter. Anna Jonesboro 44, Johnson City 32. 12-point lead for the Wildcats. Hall takes it all the way down to McFadden. McFadden top of the key as he dribbles down along the side and goes up for two. Oh, my Lanta. Galbraith tipped the basketball. I didn't think he got his hand, but they're going to call it on him anyway. That's his first. It's going to be team's fourth. Going to the line to shoot two will be McFadden, and he will get 2 shots. He was 2 for 2 earlier. Can he stay 2 for 2? 3:25 left here in the fourth quarter as McFadden readies his shot. Shot is up and good. Yes, he stays 3 for 3. And McFadden now tries for his second shot. Shot is up and good. He's 4 for 4 so far for the Wildcats. 3:23 left as Nolan Causey dribbles the basketball up the court, being guarded by Hall. Crossing the timeline, 3:20 left here in the third quarter. Causey with the basketball, now dribbling down to the left-hand side, now to Galbraith on the right-hand side. Now back top of the key, looks down to Nolan Causey. Causey off the backboard, no good, as the loose ball comes down to Dylan Harville. Harville with the basketball, coming back the other way. 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. McFadden goes down to Girardi. Girardi and Murrow will get his 5th foul. That'll be his 5th. That'll be team's 5th foul. So Anna Jonesboro shooting two shots from now on. Logan Moore down into the ball game. J.J. Girardi will go to the line to shoot 2 as he is 0 for 2 so far from the charity stripe. Girardi at the line. 2:59 left here in the fourth quarter. Shot is up and no good. He's still 0 for 3. J.J. Girardi for his second shot. Going 1 for 4. Yes, he does. He goes 1 for 4 for the Wildcats as Nolan Causey gets the inbound pass from Seth Rice. Causey with the basketball, 2:54 left here in, and there is a foul. It's going to be on number 1, Evan Hall, and that's going to be his first, team's second of the quarter. Out of the ball game is Girardi and Hodges. Into the ball game comes, that is Page and Cavins. Now Nolan Causey looking deep and finds the Kane. Kane with the basketball now goes to Nolan Causey on the right-hand side. Causey with the basketball, 2:45 left here in the fourth quarter as Anna Jonesboro has a 15-point lead over your Tribe currently. Now back to Nolan Causey, jump shot, no good, as a 10-footer falls short on the side of the rim. Dylan Harville with the basketball, back the other way, 2:30 left here in the fourth quarter. Harville with the basketball as he dribbles down into the paint, spins, jump shot off the glass, it's good for 2. Dylan Harville puts up another 2, and he's got 12 points on the night for the Wildcats. 2:17 left here in the fourth quarter. Nolan Causey crossing the timeline, now here to the left-hand side. 2:13 left here in the fourth quarter as Causey throws over to Galbraith. Galbraith fakes the 3 as he's on the right-hand corner. Now back to Causey, and Causey top of the key over to Kane. Kane with the basketball down with 2 minutes, and Logan Moore loses the basketball off his fingertips, and it's out of bounds for Anna Jonesboro. 2 minutes left here on the fourth quarter clock. Dylan Harville gets the inbound pass from McFadden as we are under 2 minutes now. McFadden crossing the timeline. And now the question is, are they going to play a game of keep away? They're going to keep trying to score. Cavins up off the glass, good for 2, as Noah Cavins will have another 2 points up on the board. He's got 18 so far. Minute 40 left here in the fourth quarter. Causey coming back the other way. Causey with the basketball, now back over to Seth Rice. Rice to Galbraith. Galbraith 3-ball, no good. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. No, it's not. It's saved by Page. Page throws it over to Harville. Minute 25 left here in the fourth quarter. Harville crossing the timeline. Back over to Page. Page with the basketball. And there's a timeout for Mike Chamness just to get a fresh set of legs in, and they will concede the basketball game. Okay, they're going to take the timeout anyway. Minute 17 left here in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back. You're listening to legendary WGGH.
Just how many times have you heard, said, or thought this?
Man, if I had a dumpster, I really could get some things cleaned up around here.
Then you need to call Southern Illinois Waste Container, a locally owned and operated company that specializes in solid waste removal and provides more than 20 years experience in the waste removal industry. For regular trash service or dumpster and roll-off rentals, call Southern Illinois Waste Container at 618-942-7222. That's 618-942-7222. Or visit them online at siwastecontainer.com.
Hey, don't forget later this evening on the legendary WGGH, Marion Wildcat boys basketball in the third place game at the Nashville Invitational Tournament, taking on Breeze Modern Day. Tim and Justin have on-the-air commentary at 6:15. Out of bounds for Anna Jonesboro as they have subbed a new 5, as has Johnson City. Minute 13 left here as a 3-ball, no good off the side of the rim. And it comes down to number 32. That is Foster Needling. Foster Needling down to Vasquez. Vasquez, no good. As the rebound comes down to number 30. That is Andrew Keith, off to Watts. Watts throws it over to number 34, Hermits. Hermits, and shot is no good. Comes down to Anna Jonesboro. Anna Jonesboro down into the paint. A layup, no good. And rebounded by Watts. Watts with the basketball. 43 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. 51-32 is your score as Johnson City is throwing back out to number 34. That is Hermits. Hermits looking over to Watts. Watts goes back down to Keith. Keith with the basketball. Now losing the basketball to Anna Jonesboro. Jonesboro coming back the other way, and ball's knocked out of bounds off of number 10. That is Wyatt Henderson. 22.8 seconds left here in the fourth quarter, as Johnson City will fall in this one, and Anna Jonesboro will go 4-0 here in the Arrowhead Classic. And now Anna Jonesboro inbounding the basketball, looking side to side as they're trying to find the penetration, trying to find the shot. And he double dribbled. 11.8 seconds left here on the clock as Anna Jonesboro will run out this one. And Johnson City with the inbound pass. Hermits throws in and goes over to Watts. Watts with the basketball. 3-ball, no good. It's an air ball. And with 0.8 seconds on the clock, Anna Jonesboro will inbound the basketball, and that will be the ball game. That is the ball game. It is Anna Jonesboro 51, Johnson City 32. We will be right back. You're listening to the legendary WGGH.
Kristen Anastasi with House to Home Realty. She's got a new satellite office. Have you seen it? It's located at 313 East Broadway Boulevard in Johnston City. She's the go-to certified real estate negotiation expert in Johnston City. Visit her at homewithkristenanastasi.com. That's homewithkristenanastasi.com, or give her a call, 618-944-0057. She says it's always a great day to be an Indian.
At Foresight Energy, we're proud to support the community and proud